afternoon, good evening, good people. Brother Juice here with the Rogue Disciple Podcast, coming to you again with another message about don't be afraid. Today it's going to be Genesis 43:23, a verse that pops up in the middle of a story filled with tension and mystery and unexpected grace. It says, "It's all right," he said. "Do not be afraid. Your God, the God of your father, has given you treasure in your sacks. I received your silver." And then he brought Simeon out to them. The backstory here is that Jacob's brothers are returning to Egypt to buy some grain because without it they're going to starve. There was a famine. They had to go to Egypt, get grain, and bring it back. And they're scared out of their minds because the last time they left with sacks of grain, but they also left with the money that they paid for it. Now they're thinking, well, if we go back, it's an ambush. They're going to say we stole it, like we stole the money. And imagine it was you. It's like you're walking in to the palace of the second most powerful man in Egypt, right? And they still don't know it's their brother at this point. They don't know it's Joseph, the brother that they betrayed. And so they have no idea that he's pulling the strings behind the scenes. All they knew was that it looked bad, and they didn't have any control over the outcome. But then Joseph's sword reassures them, hey, don't be afraid. This is your God, the God of your father's working this out for you behind the scenes. And it's an Egyptian. So this is an Egyptian steward who's saying, don't worry, Philos, don't worry, it's okay, you know. So of course they were freaked out. But he tells them their God has provided for them. And not only that, that their brother Simeon is going to be released to them. It's like, not only that, but here's your brother back too, because they had to leave him as collateral for the last time. So one of the unexpected twists of fate this is, right? Instead of judgment, they receive peace, and instead of punishment, they get provision. Now think about this. How often do we find ourselves, like Joseph's brothers, carrying guilt, fear, and a sense of dread about the unknown? We brace ourselves for the worst, convinced we're about to face judgment or some consequence that we can't handle. But just like in the story, God has a way of stepping in and saying, it's all right, don't be afraid. This reminds us of God's character. He is a God of peace, even when our circumstances feel chaotic. He's a God who provides for us even when we don't expect it, often through people or situations we'd never imagine. And most importantly, He's a God who reassures us when we're gripped by fear, just as He did for those brothers through His steward. So what does this mean for us? Maybe you're facing something right now that feels out of control. A financial crisis, broken relationship, or just the uncertainty of life. It's easier to let fear take over and to assume the worst. But this verse is a reminder to stop, take a beat, take a breath, and to trust that God is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. Even when you feel unworthy, He's saying, it's all right. Do not be afraid. My challenge for you this week is simple. When fear creeps in, remember this verse. Remind yourself that God is in control. He's already working things out for your good. You might not see the full picture yet, and probably don't, just like Joseph's brothers didn't. But God's peace is yours to claim. Will you trust Him today? Anyway, that's what we have for this time. Until next time, good luck. God bless. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button and share. Let's keep the conversation going. God bless you, people.